Hey everybody, this is Avi Zalin here, Beaumont Enterprise Sports Reporter. Welcome to this week's edition of Take Two. To the right of me, left of you guys, is David Barry, sports reporter and former proud Jacksonville NCAA athlete. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing better, doing good. It's kind of dark outside, which is weird, and daylight saving time. We all screwed up. Anyway, to the other side of me is Jared Ainsworth, a man that needs no introduction. That will get one anyway. How are you, Jared?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Didn't get Popeyes for lunch like you did. Looked delicious though.
It was good. It was great.
Before we start, real quick, in the spirit of Louisiana, let's take a moment of silence though for the LSU secondary. Sad times, sad times. Anyway, moving on. It's the last week of district for our high school area football teams, and that means that playoffs are coming back into picture, and this week has some serious implications for not only who gets in, but how their path through the postseason is going to work. So, real quick, David, tell me kind of about what the 4A picture kind of looks like in that district.
All right. Well, District 20 4A, it's the first three spots are settled. That last spot is where it kind of gets a little bit jumbled. You have Central and LCM. They're both 3-3 in the district, and you have Ozan, who's 2-4 in the district. But they're still not out of it because they actually, out of all three of those teams that I just mentioned, they have, at least on paper, the easiest opponent playing Lumberton. So they win. They're 3-4. The other two teams, LCM, they're playing Vider, and Central, they're playing Nederland. If they all end up at 3-4, Ozan's in the playoffs. I don't see how it doesn't happen just because, Nederland, Vider, just two really formidable opponents. And, they're still, they're going to play. They're not going to not show up this week just because they're in the playoffs already. So, Central controls their own destiny. If they win, they're in the playoffs. LCM, they need the most help. But like I said, Ozan faces, on paper, the weakest opponent. So I see them getting in by virtue of winning, and Central and LCM falling.
Ozan, perfect example of it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Jared, talk to me about 3A.
Well, we got the big showdown between West Orange, Stark, and Silsbee, but playoff-wise, it doesn't matter. Both of those teams are in. The big game, playoff-wise, is Orangefield versus Bridge City. The winner gets in the playoffs. The loser won't make the playoffs. I'm actually picking Orangefield. There'll be a lot of running in this game.
Yeah.
And Orangefield played against a Buna team last week, beat them 27-20. Buna loves to run. They held Buna to 9 rushing yards in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Forced a fumble, recovered the fumble, and that led to a score. And that kind of defense is going to be big against Ashland Hunter and Bridge City. And I like Orangefield's chances. I think it'll be very close though.
Gotcha. So Orangefield and Bridge City win, and you're in. Moving on now to 5A. Last week I was at the Butch for Memorial versus Westbrook, and although there was a game sort of being played on the field, it wasn't very interesting. But that being said, kind of all the attention, at least from the Memorial side of things, was LaPorte playing North Shore in a key matchup in that district against two of the top teams, really, I believe state ranked. And pretty much what that means for Memorial is that now they get to play that LaPorte team, which beat North Shore last week in a 27-10 victory, and I think I'm joining a lot of people that think it was going to be a lot closer than that actually was, but LaPorte showed that they are for real, a very, very, very good LaPorte team, and now Memorial gets their shot at them in the last district game of the season. Now, what does this mean for the two teams? They're both in the playoffs, but while North Shore is in Division 1, LaPorte and Memorial are Division 2. So whoever wins this matchup between Memorial and LaPorte is going to get the top seed of that district in Division 2, and the loser is going to go on to play Manville. Now, Manville is a team that made it to the finals last year in states for 4A, and they have not lost a step since transitioning to 5A. Right now, 8-1, overall 6-0 in that District 22. And you do not want to play them. It would be definitely a much easier path for Memorial or LaPorte, whoever gets that victory and gets the district title. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. Once again, for my I didn't screw that one up.
Speaking in third person.
I know. I just love myself that much. For David and Jared, Avi saying thank you. and keep it right here at BeaumontEnterprise.com. Thanks.